Are you moving to Crestview and want some of the lowest cost new construction here in the area with the absolute best access to everything in Crestview and the surrounding areas? Look no further. We're going into some new constructions today. We're not just going to see this one home. We're going to see multiple versions of this home that's available in this community, and I think you guys are going to love it. There are so many incentives for you, especially those military veterans and active duty. You're going to be super excited for it. Stick around. I got prices, I've got updates, I've got pros and cons, I've got everything for you. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a peek into this model home and then we'll get going. All right. So as we first get into the home, you'll see that there is a nice covered area up front. This is the Cali version of the home and all brick exterior, but let's get in here. All right, so the first thing that we notice once we get into here is that it does have LVP, that's luxury vinyl, throughout this entire home. Now this isn't like normal where you would walk into a lot of these updated or newly designed homes where it goes right into the living room. This actually has a lot of the other spaces before you get in there, almost like an entranceway hallway as you go. Coming into here, you'll see that you do have a coat closet, which is very convenient by the front door here in the Cali model. So as we're looking through here, we do have 2 bedrooms over here and our bath. And as you look further into there, we were going to get into the kitchen and the main living room. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look into bedroom number 1. So this is the one that's actually facing into the front of the street. And because of that, we've got 2 giant windows in here, giving us tons and tons of natural light. Now, aesthetically as well, there is only can lighting in here, so you don't have to worry about big light fixtures or anything. But you can see that this is a queen set that they have put in here, and it's very nicely staged as you look around, right? So nice natural light. Really did a good job staging in here. And they've got some pretty decent sized closets for the square footage that you have in here. So for this Cali, the Cali is 1,856 for its square footage. So pretty good sized place. So again, going into the first main bathroom here, it does have a single vanity, and that looks like a granite countertop, and it does have a nice vanity in here. That's quality stuff right there, right? Great fixtures. And in this one, you see that there is a nice tub and shower combo. Now, this is one of those inserts that they were able to put in, which is very convenient because you have stuff to actually put your toiletry items. You don't have to add any of those little aftermarket place things, but pretty good space. You can also see that it does have textured ceilings. So none of that old style popcorn stuff, you don't see that really anymore. But just to take a look. All right, so we're gonna go into bedroom number 2. And here we have another good sized space. This is probably just a tad bit smaller than that first room, but still really good size. We've got that one window, and again, we've got a good sized closet. And you're going to notice that throughout here that a lot of these new construction homes, they've got a lot of good storage space in here. Now you'll see that they do have carpet in the bedrooms. That's a standard option that they do have here. However, if you were looking to have versus that plush carpet into a vinyl throughout, that is certainly something that you can negotiate with the builder. Now over here, we have another hall closet. Again, lots of storage in here. So as we approach into this one area here of the house that's pretty open, we have access into the garage. And then here we have our laundry room. This is actually really nice, having laundry inside, and it's specifically nice because it's in the middle of the house. So not having to worry to have to go upstairs because this is all one floor, or having to go to one side of the house or the other. This is super convenient having this right here. Now this does come with some extra shelving up here. One thing that you may not know about Florida homes, especially some of the older Florida homes, is that a lot of these like were put into the garage as an afterthought. Now, I don't know about you, but if I have to go into the garage in the Florida heat, which means it's 20 degrees hotter in there than it is in your house, and I'm dying just doing laundry, I'd pay a lot of money not to have to deal with that. So having this inside the house is really nice. So let's keep going. We do have bedroom number 3. Again, it's got the nice carpet in here, and this actually appears to be quite a bit bigger as far as the size of the room. Again, standard features as you would expect in here. It still has the same textured ceilings. It's got that nice open window. And again, we do have that closet space. Now this does kind of share the wall next door, but it does actually dip in a little bit further down this way. So this one's a little unique where it actually dips into the other side. Now, a lot of the times you go into these homes, you see these little doors that seem to go to nothing. This is actually where your HVAC system's at. And this is your heating and cooling. Because you're in Florida, surprisingly enough, you do need some cooling as well as heating inside your home here in Northwest Florida. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick little story before we go into the kitchen here. It's 2025, and this year we actually ended up getting snow. That's right, here in Crestview, up to 6 inches of snow. Just a few days ago, we actually had to delay the shooting because there was still snow on the ground, and people moving to Florida, especially you're like, I don't want to see snow. I don't blame you. I'm from New York, didn't want to see snow at all, right? But it does get cold is my point. Cold's being relative. You know, normally it's like 45 degrees or so, 50s in the winter, and then of course it gets really hot. But because of that, you know, and sometimes it gets in the 30s, but because of that, you still do need heat in the home. All right, let's keep going here. So we have, as we've walked through here, the kitchen, which we're about to go back into. I got some exciting things I want to tell you about this kitchen, but before we do, I want to show you the rest of the home and in the living room, right? So we do have our living space here, 2 big windows there, really nice separate space. And of course we do have the master bedroom here. We'll go into that here in a little bit, but before we do, let's finish up in here. So this is some really nice space. So a lot of floor plans, you look, and we're gonna go through them today where it's a lot of open space, like they like it more open. But this model here actually is pretty nice because it still maintains a bit of openness, but it maintains its own spaces as well, right? So if you want to define spaces, this model actually works super well for that because you do have the way that these are set up, you have access to the openness of it, but it does feel like it's its own space, right? So this is actually really nice compromise of, I'm not sure I want it completely open. So this model does a great job for that. In here too, you have space for your dining area. So this one sits 6, but this actually doesn't look like it fills up that much space. If you wanted to put something in here that has a leaf, you know, you got a bigger family, especially since this is a 4-bedroom, right? And you want to put some more in here, you have that space. You absolutely do. This feels pretty open with the staging furniture in here, but there is more space for you to go in there. I know here at my house, we end up having guests that are coming over. Normally we've got a table this size too, but we've got that one that kind of separates in the center, and you get a leaf in there, and you can add some extra chairs, and it doesn't take up all that space at one time. So if you guys are like me, you'll love this space. All right, real quick, let's go ahead and jump outside since we're here. Now this model does have a little bit of a back area for you to hang out. Now it doesn't have a ton of space out here, but it's just enough. Just the overhang is usually good enough here. Plus this one's sitting here a little bit higher on the hill, which is nice, right? You can see they got newer construction going on, but you can set out a table. There are some other things too where you can put in where that light is. You can actually put a fan in, which will help during those hot summer days, but it's just enough to hang out here, enjoy the outdoor weather because you are in Florida, and just enjoy the lot. So most of these here may be on a 0.8 acre. You may see some that are a little bit bigger than that, maybe 0.12, but it will really just depend. So in Patriot Ridge, we see the lots just a little bit bigger than that. And most of these places won't be coming with a fence. However, you know, we are in currently a little bit more of a buyer's market. This may be something that you could negotiate. Thus the reason, guys, if you are thinking about new construction or resale, reach out to me, my team here. We'll have all the answers about the different promotions, what to expect when buying new construction or resale, and get you the best that you could possibly get. So give us a call or text if you need that. Okay, as you can see, it is all brick. It looks really nice and it's super durable. I'm a big fan of this. Sometimes you'll see other homes where they've got the hardy board on the side too. It's usually more aesthetic than it is structural, but this is really nice. We love this to be able to get it, especially something at this price. Just absolutely amazing. Okay, let's head back inside. All right, so let's talk about this kitchen here. So we have this huge island that we have right here. This is the granite countertop, one of the different styles that you can use in here. One of the things I love about these islands is it does have electric. You hear me say that in a lot of different videos here, but it's so important. If you have an island that hasn't had that, it's so frustrating, right? You can't use your devices, you can't use your stand mixer, you can't use anything, right? So it's pretty important that we have that. Now you see here, we got 2 bar stools under there. This could easily fit 3, possibly 4 pretty comfortably. I don't know about you, but in my family, we tend to eat at the bar more than we eat at the formal dining table. And it's just, you know, it's how quick life goes. So this is really nice, especially since it doesn't have a step down, it's just flat. And of course, if you are entertaining and, you know, putting out food, prepping food, you also get the, you know, basically what I like to call the command of the room, right? From back here, you can see everything. Now, the only thing that I would change up here with this model is I may have the TV where you see that picture over there, only because I could see it while I was prepping food. But again, you know, you could still sort of see it from the side as well. All right, now as I continue to go in here, this specific one has the dual sinks. Now, if you are into something that's maybe got a single sink, this is something else that you can talk to the builder about. Those farmhouse sinks has always been something I prefer, only because I've got big pots and pans and they just don't fit in here. But this is also nice too if you want to separate the different type of washing. Now, because we've got this cool dishwasher here, the dual sink doesn't seem as nice as you may you may think, but yeah, I mean, it's really preferential. For me, I would just love that the other way. Now, this is something interesting too that you see here. Now, in here, you also have filtered water, like its own little faucet here. So this is just another add-on that you can do in any of these homes to put that in there and have filtered water right there at the sink. Pretty cool, right? Awesome. So we come back here and we can also see that there are just a lot of high quality cabinetry in here. Now, this isn't really the cheap stuff. As I open this stuff in, right? Now, these ones aren't soft close. Well, at least those doors aren't. Let's double check in here. They are not, but that's okay, because what you're gonna get for the price for this is pretty phenomenal, right? Everything that you're seeing here is a Whirlpool. Now, that is subject to change, but the one part here that I love, guys, check this out. You have a vent outside. Have you ever been cooking something and it's smoking quite a bit, and it's not your fault, it's just the food you're making is aromatic, right? You had one of these microwaves that's just a recirculating one, and everybody in the house knows you're cooking because all the fire alarms, the smoke alarms are going off. If you've been in those, which I'm sure you have, if you're relating to my story here, having something that vents outside is way better. Plus, you don't have to worry about the lingering smell of the food, stuff like that. One of my favorite was cooking shrimp in the house. If you don't have a vent outside, that will stink up the house for days. So yeah, so really great features that we have in the home. Now, also we have pantries, a big old pantry over here. Now, it does have the little racks in here as well, which can be nice because you can put in whatever that you want, but it does have a lot of space. So you want to do some upgrading after the fact, of course you can, but this is a big pantry. Have you ever been in a place where it didn't have a pantry? Oh my goodness. You're trying to hide all the rest of the food in these other cabinets down here, right? Like, and now you don't have space for any of the pots and pans and devices and things that you have for the kitchen. I moved up when I was in the military. My wife got orders up to Ohio, and we're like, oh, this is amazing. And it was like a, you know, an upgraded place. And we didn't notice at the time, but it didn't have a pantry. So we ended up having to put the food in different places or commandeer a closet that was somewhere else just next to the kitchen as a pantry just to make sure. So if you're not going with one of these models that we're talking about today, definitely start thinking, hey, I need a pantry. All right. So we also have the Whirlpool fridge that's in here too. Now, this is something that typically doesn't come with new constructions, but it can be negotiated in most of these deals. Now, that's another reason why to contact a real estate agent so that you know what the best incentives are, you know what your advantages are in the market. And having an actual agent for you that isn't somebody that represents a builder can be very advantageous for you monetarily and for these features. So please reach out to us, call us and text. Happy to talk about it. Okay, over here too, we also see that you have another extension of the counter space. Now this is really great. I don't know about you guys, but just having the one space to prep things as you're taking things out of either the oven or out of the fridge in this case. We're just having a place extra, like you can see that they've got the coffee bar over here. Like it has its own separate space, which is really nice just to kind of have its own versus maybe having to put like a cart or something next to it in order for that to happen. So really nice space, really open. You know, you can really see this is where most of the people hang out when they're in the home, especially if you guys like to cook, and they've really made this space look good. Now we're gonna look at this later. We're not just gonna look at Cali. We've got the Lakeside, we got the Lismore model, and they're all gonna be a little bit different when it comes to the kitchens. We're even gonna have an Ozark coming here later, guys. I don't have one to show you today, but that one's a 2-story 4.2, and it's pretty big. It's 2560 square feet. But if you're interested in one of those, of course, reach out. Those are some things that they can build for you in this community. All right, so coming into the master, I promised we'd come in here. So here we are, we've got the 2 big windows here, lots of natural light. Again, you got the can lighting up there. Not that you even need it. It is plenty bright in here. And I always love this when the stagers do this too, because you're thinking, hey, in this video, I have no idea how big that bed is. Is that just a twin? Is that a queen? This is actually a king. And I would say with all the bed frame and everything in there, it's about the size of a California king size bed, which is bigger than a regular king size. This has taken up a massive amount of room, but as you can see, like there is plenty of space still for your dressers, for your nightstands, and they did a really great job. I love the colors in here. When they stage this, your extra chair, you know, I look at this and this is how I would decorate. All right, correction. This is how my wife would decorate a house. Okay. All right, this is what I'm super excited for you. Thanks for sticking around. I got more of this coming, but still, this is the master. This is the master bath. And even though in my frame, you're like, that's not a whole lot, there's more, all right? There's more coming. So you do have your dual vanities here. If you live with a significant other and you are competing over counter space or space in the morning, this is a lifesaver. It's less arguments in the morning and less side eyes, right? So plenty of storage, plenty of counter space, dual sinks, or what we call dual vanities here in the real estate world. Really, really nice space in here. And of course, even though I'm standing on the carpet now, you can see my chucks, whoop. But you also have that LVP in here, which is nice. So you have your own separate shower. This is another one of those ones in here, but I do love these because it's got the bench in here, right? It's one of those one complete units that they put in, which is good because it's built out those different areas for you to put all your toiletries, and it's just super convenient, right? Now, in some of the other models as well, there is a garden tub. So we're gonna check that out too. So you just don't have this one shower, you also have a tub option. Okay, awesome thing as well, its own separate space for the toilet, for the commode. This is really nice, especially if your significant other is aromatic. Right? It's nice to be able to close that off with a fan. Now, you also do have 2 closets. I love this because I get to tell my favorite joke, because it's a joke, but it's real life. So we have this closet, And then we have this huge walk-in closet. And you know how they say that when you have two closets that are the same, they call it him and hers. No, this is the real reality of it, at least in my life. This is the his closet. This is the hers closet. And if you're any worse than me, they're both hers and you get a dresser drawer, right? That's about it when it comes to space. But no, just seriously guys, this is awesome. The amount of space, I'm just gonna walk in here. Goodness, could be its own little office. The amount of space that you've got in here. So pretty incredible. All right, so as we're walking out here, this is the model home that we have over in Patriot Ridge. And we're gonna see some others that are a little less enticing without all the furniture and stuff into it. But you still wanna stick around because you're gonna wanna see the different models. I still have the builder's incentives, the upgrades, more information about the community, and much, much more. But before we go, we'll just say hi to our partner builder specialist. Hey, hi Ming. So they're here to help you out as well, partnering with us here and help you guys find exactly what you're looking for. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna head out that way. Just join me because we're gonna see a lot more. We got more information, we got prices. Stick around. All right, so we're out here walking around in the community. I was able to actually get into 3 additional ones. So we're gonna look at the Cali, we're gonna look at the Lakeside, and we're also gonna look at the Lismore. As we're walking through here, one of the great things about living here in Patriot Ridge is the access to everything. Because this area is south of I-10, the traffic and everything else that you've probably read about or maybe even heard on my videos, it's not as bad because you can get a cutoff to get here. You don't have to deal with that main stuff coming off from the bases, you know, from Duke Field and Eglin and all the rest. So great community here, and let's go. Let's take a look at some of these homes. So we're just gonna continue to do this. This is that Cali that we were just in, but I wanna show you what it looks like when it's not staged. And I wanna show you a couple of different updates. So let's go ahead and go in here. So again, the Cali is a 4.2, 1,856 square feet. And you can see as it comes in here, this is the new Cali, right? So we're gonna see some updates, but you can see that this has got similar layout like we originally had. So it's that great big windows as we come in here. Not gonna spend too much time in here, guys, because we just saw the other one with the laundry room, inside bedroom. But here we go. So out here we can see the kitchen, how that kitchen is laid out, very similar as we saw before. You can see that it looks a little empty without that refrigerator over there. Without the blinds, but you can see how open this is without that extra stuff, right? Now this is interesting too for these units, and I want to go out here to show you, because there's a retention pond back here. On your back porch you actually have water view, believe it or not, a little lakeside view. But the cool part here is you're gonna have a lot more privacy if you get a new construction, and there's plenty down here, okay? You're gonna have plenty of privacy. You're not gonna have to worry about somebody out your back door. It's just you and the lake and all the wildlife that's out here. So kind of cool, right? All right, let's keep going. All right, and some of the updates that we're gonna talk about here in the Cali. Okay, again, like it looks so much bigger, doesn't it? But here's the bathroom. So this is with the update. Here's with the garden tub, right? In lieu of where that shower was. And where that extra closet, we have our walk-in shower. So you have both. You still got that big walk-in closet here. And you do have your separate area for your commode, right? So Cali is one of the older designs that the builder has in this community. There's actually a bunch of these around here, but you know, still pretty good. It's been a pretty popular design, and we'll go ahead and show you the garage real quick since that other one was converted. Right, nothing too big here, but one thing I will have you notice in the garage is that it's kind of standard now for most builders not to paint. So that's like an upcharge if you want them to paint inside. But most builders aren't doing that anymore. And this is a cool feature too that's available in all these homes. This is your water heater. It's a Rinnai type water heater, and this is just on-demand hot water. So if you've got a full family or you've got people that love to spend a lot of time in the shower, you'd never run out of hot water. Man, how cool is that? I got one in my house, and I wouldn't go back. So the next one that we're heading over to is going to be our Lismore, okay? So the Lismore that we're gonna go to is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This one's a little bit smaller. It's 1,557 square feet. And we're gonna go over here and check this one out, right across the way. All right, let's go. So as we come up here too, we got the garage door open in this case. Got a little accent blue up here, pretty neat. It still has that open area for your porch, which I always love to have, just even decoration or just hanging out on the front porch. Let's go ahead inside. Okay, so immediately as I walk in here, I see that we do have a different layout. It does have that LVP and carpet in the other rooms. It does have a regular coat closet here. All right, and down here we have the kitchen. To the left, we're gonna have a laundry room. We're gonna go check that out here in a sec. But in the meantime, let's check out the other 2 bedrooms. So fun part about this is another split bedroom concept. Your front bedroom, this is the one facing the street. Again, those 2 big windows. It's got a really decent sized closet in here. Just pretty good. If you're gonna put a queen size set in here, you're good to go. And one of those windows was cracked. I don't know if you guys saw that. But those are things that you can figure out when you do your inspections with the home, by the way. If you have one of your realtors with you, again, another reason to have us on your side. We can go with you on those inspections and make sure that you find absolutely everything that you need to. Okay, so we're looking in the main bath, same as what we saw in the Cali, tub shower combo. This is actually a little bit bigger than the Cali, actually, but still that single vanity. Another bedroom in here, similar size. Okay, so much like the Cali, when we walked in, it's a little bit reversed. We have the laundry room right here. This is a little bit smaller than the other laundry room, but still fits everything in there. This is out to the garage that we just passed through. And here's another bedroom. Okay, so a little bit different. As you can see, there we go. And we come into the kitchen. Kitchen with that pantry. It's got a similar setup as we had saw before. Still got that bar. Over here in the corner here is where your fridge would go. Of course, we're walking through the area where you would have your table. Into your living area, still pretty big. All right, and your master. So master, again, is pretty wide. It's got plenty of room for your king size set. And much like the other property that we were just in, similar setup with your garden tub and your shower, and a big walk-in closet and your commode. All right, and this is interesting too. You see that we've changed the light switches a bit. It's a little bit easier and less wear and tear on your light switches. And heading out back here for this specific unit, you can see that you do have a small little deck here, covered deck, and this eventually will be more units out here. All right. So let's keep going here. We've got one more to show you, and that's our lakeside model that we do have here. It's one last one that we've got. And then after that, we're gonna head over to the community area where I am going to go over all the information about all the incentives that we have. We'll go over the prices of all the different ones. You guys don't wanna miss it, so make sure you're sticking around for that. As we're walking over here, we're gonna show the last unit that's over on this lakeside unit. But what I do want to go over with you guys is just what's in the Patriot Ridge community. So we do have a community pool and pavilion that's in this community. We're going to go over to that today. We're going to go check it out here in a minute after we look at this home. I'm going to try not to get hit by a truck. But the cool part that you've probably seen here too is that I'm actually walking on sidewalks on the street. Now, not every area has sidewalks or even this amount of them. So that's, again, something that you'll want to talk to a realtor about. Make sure that you're getting what you're trying to get in a community and you're going to the right areas. Now, also, when you get into this community, the HOA actually pays for your first year termite bond. You believe that? It's included in your HOA. Your HOA is around $655 per year, of course, subject to change. Great part about this, it's got access to everything that you're looking for. It's 2 miles from I-10, and it's got quick access to shops. It's got quick access to the base, you name it. All right, so let's get back to the home. All right, so this one here is the lakeside model. You'll notice a little bit. And I think this is kind of funny, and I'm just gonna talk about it, but see that little white patch? That's snow. Just like I talked at the beginning of this video, like there was actually snow, like incredible. All right, so this is really nice. This has got a huge porch out front here, lots of covered space. If you like to sit out there in the morning, enjoy your coffee, this is a great place for it. Okay, let's head inside the home. So the lakeside is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. This is just over 2,000 square feet at 2,012 square feet. All right, so as soon as we step in, we notice that the hallways are a bit wider than what we've seen already. And in most homes, immediately here to the left, we have 2 bedrooms and a bath. And then straight ahead there, you can see where the kitchen countertop is. We're gonna go over there. We've got some differences that I'm excited to show you about, but let's move into here first. So first things first, we've got what looks very familiar, the 2 windows, lots of natural light here in the front part of the home. You do have what looks very strikingly similar to what we'd seen earlier with the tub shower combo, single vanity. And of course, we do have our other bedroom. Now this one's a little bit more narrow than what we've seen earlier, but let's keep going. All right. So in here, as we look at the kitchen, this is set up a little bit different. The kitchen still has that big island, right? Still has all the electrical outlets, all that fun stuff that we were looking at before. Still plenty of seating. I think this is a little bit longer than what we had seen earlier. So maybe sit in 5 different stools if you needed to. Again, we still don't have the refrigerator, but that's where it would go with a big old pantry. Now this is the difference right here, I think. We look in here, over here in the far right corner, not that far, but right there, right there. That's where our master is. So the master is now on the back side of the home. You've got extra lighting in here. You know, as I look at this, how I would even set it up, I'd either put TV over here or against this wall, I think makes the most amount of sense. But this is really big and big. You could put, you know, your wraparound furniture, whatever in here. This is the big open space that you have for your family room. This is actually really ideal for entertaining, right? So we have our laundry room and a couple other rooms here. Over to our right, we have our garage, which is the standard 2-car garage that we just were looking at earlier. And of course, you do have your coat closet. In here, hopefully we can see it, but it depicts itself. It's a little separate space, right? That separates it from the big part here. So in this area, you could have your table, your dining room table, if you can imagine putting that in there. You also have your separate inside, that's right, inside unit for washing and drying. And there's the access to your HVAC. Now, as we come into here, you'll see that we do have another bathroom, very similar to the things that we had before. We have our bedroom, and then our last regular bedroom. All these are pretty standard. They're all about the same sort of depth that we can see within these closets, right? But obviously different layout. Okay, moving on, we get to go to the master bedroom. We're gonna go over there just in a sec, but I wanna show you outside here again. Lakeside, and it is lakeside. Now this unit specifically is right there at the edge of there, and this is a nice part too. If you can see, like we do have an overhang. This is a little bit bigger than what we've seen before, so you have the front side and the back, but you're still gonna have view all the way out there of the water, right? Now, they are putting in other communities just here to the right, but again, it will depend on what you would like. This one's not quite on the edge. You still have one other neighbor, but some good sized yard, right? It's a brand new community, nice and quiet. You'll have your own serenity with this. Let's move inside. Last part here, let's talk about the master. All right, so master bedroom has a lot of space here as well. They've made them very wide. So if you wanted to put in those big king size mattresses and still have all the space that you need for your dressers and nightstands, you can still fit it in here pretty well. Now in here for the bath, you have your dual vanities in here. Still looks like cultured marble for that. That could be granite, actually. I think it is. You do have your own closet in here, your stand-up shower, and then of course a big walk-in closet and a separate area for the commode. All right, so that's what you have. And again, this lakeside is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,012 square feet. Now, interestingly enough, we do have 2 other ones that are going to be coming to this area. They're building a McKinsey, which is 3,129 square feet, 5-bedroom, 3-bath. I wish I could show you that. It's under construction. And they're also building the Ozark, which is, if you're looking for a 2-story home, that's going to be a 4-bedroom, 2-bath with 64 square footage. So we're gonna head out there. I got one last thing that I wanna show you for this community, which is going to be the community area and the pool. And then we're gonna cover the incentives and everything else that you wanna know here about Crestview. So don't leave yet, we got more coming. And as you can see here, we do have our pool area, and we do have this with bathrooms, this nice overhang here, but as you can see, it's closed today. All right, but there is a really nice area out here in Patriot Ridge for everybody to enjoy. Over here, as you can see here, we do have that nice pavilion and all the mailboxes for everybody that's close around this area. As I promised, we're gonna talk about price, we're gonna talk about features, right? So let's talk about that Cali that we first saw. That Cali can start anywhere, depending upon those incentives, around $339, $369, depending upon which version that you're going for. There are some killer promotions. Reach out if you'd like to see what those are. That Lismore that we looked at was $339,000, and that Lakeside was about $349,000. Now, we did kind of tease you with that McKinsey that was over there. If you're wondering what that 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,129 square footage was, that's around $535,000 for that massive unit over there. Now there are some Ozarks. If you are interested in that, just let us know over here. Give us a call or text. We can give you what those prices are. Now, I did talk about incentives, builder incentives. This is the big thing that I really want you guys to know. So if you are looking to go here, I know interest rates have been an issue and that people have been pretty scared about that. However, they are offering 4.99% for all government loans. That's FHA, that's VA, right? For anybody outside of that, that's just your normal conventional at 5.5% currently. So these are incentives that are right now. So if you're watching this video, give us a call immediately so we can tell you what the new incentives are. They may be better, they may be worse, who knows. We also have 10K your way. That's $10,000 any way you want to use it. You want to use it for closing costs, you want to use it to buy down your rate even further, you can. Like, it's super exciting, the different things that you guys can do. Plus, we could probably get you a move-in package too. So that's a washer, that's a dryer, that's a fridge and blinds. That's $5,000 worth of value that you could get just from this builder here. Now, if you are VA or if you're a veteran, you're active duty just like me as a veteran, you can move into this builder's homes for $1. That's right, $1 move-in. And if that's the case, they'll also pay for your first year of homeowner's insurance. And now around here, that's $1,500, $2,000 per year that you're gonna save. Now, also the things that you should know in our current market, And ever since the changes of the real estate laws had come through, that since August, buyers are responsible to make sure that they're compensating their agent, right? However, with this builder, they're going to compensate buyer's agent for you guys if that's something that we need to do. So obviously I can't really get into that right now because we can't say that somebody is promoting it, but I haven't told you who this builder is, so I think we're good. But know that, hey, you're not responsible for that buyer's commission. That will be one thing that is alleviated from you guys. So tons of stuff here that we've gone over. In addition to this, we've seen a lot of great communities. We saw a lot of great things here today. I just want to let you know that there are other communities out here as well. You have Shoal River Landing, and you also have Royal Estates. It's probably a 10-minute drive from Patriot Ridge, depending on traffic. But there's more plans than what we talked about here. And also too, I want to share this with you. There's 3 new communities coming up in Gulf Breeze. So if you're not thinking of Crestview, you're thinking Gulf Breeze, get ready, get set, because we've got Deer Ridge Crossing and we have Soundville Point. Now, Deer Ridge Crossing is going to have a variety of different types of models that they're going to be putting up as far as like designs, and that's going to start around 400 to 420,000, which is amazing for new construction out there in Gulf Breeze. And this area is actually going to be really close to the water. They're building a new high school. If you didn't know, they are building it. It's a public high school that they're putting out there, and it should be done this week. It's called Soundside High School if you want to look it up there. And it is looking to get going here in February and March. But Soundville Point, this is where that is really going to go. If you're looking for a villa, you're looking for a townhome, and you want to find something under 300,000 in Gulf Breeze, it's coming. So if you are interested in that, reach out to us. We got the inside scoop. Give us a call or text. We have you covered. Now, not only that, you want to know more stuff about Crestview. You want to know the pros and cons. You want to know the cost of living. We've got more videos just like this, home tours, in the following videos coming up here shortly. Thanks for watching.